You a Hillary Clinton supporter?
Yes, I am.
I like Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I support her.
I'm a Hillary Clinton supporter. Well, for one, it's definitely time that we have a woman in the White House.
Well, I think a female president would be a great idea.
Are you a Hillary Clinton supporter?
I sure am.
What about Donald Trump?
Next.
No, you don't support Donald Trump at all?
I do not.
Would you be able to support anything about Donald Trump?
In short, no.
Donald Trump, nah, not so much.
I feel cold towards Donald Trump.
You wouldn't support Donald Trump?
No.
Okay, and would you support Hillary Clinton's plan to cut the corporate tax rate from 35% to 15%?
I think that's a good idea.
Do you support Hillary's plan to eliminate the estate tax?
Yes, I do support that.
Do you support her plan to eliminate taxes for those who make less than $25,000 a year?
I would support that, yes.
Do you support her plan to eliminate the alternative minimum tax?
Alternative minimum tax. Yeah, I support that.
Do you support her plan to eliminate the estate tax?
Yes.
And what would you say if I told you those are all Donald Trump's proposals?
I would say he's a pretty smart man.
I say I feel stupid.
I would say that that's shocking. But I mean, if it is, I'm still not voting for Donald Trump. He's a caricature.
What would you say if I told you those are all Donald Trump's policies?
I wouldn't believe you.
They are.
Well, I support Donald Trump then.
What would you say if I told you those are all Donald Trump's policies?
Oh, God. I hate him.
What did you think when Hillary Clinton said, "I see improved relations with Russia from a position of strength only as possible"?
I agree with Hillary.
Hillary Clinton said, "Immigration is a privilege and we should not let anyone into this country who doesn't support our communities, all of our communities."
Well, I'd virtually have to agree with that.
Hillary said, "In order to achieve the American dream, let people keep more money in their pockets and increase after-tax wages."
Yes, okay. It's in order that's a great idea so that we can start to move everybody up and start moving people out of the level of poverty.
And obviously runs fairly severe contrast to what Donald Trump is proposing.
Absolutely. Many of her comments run severe contrast to Donald Trump.
What do you think of this quote from Hillary? "There's nothing I love more than women, but they're really a lot different than portrayed. They're far worse than men, far more aggressive, and boy, can they be smart."
I agree. I've worked for 38 years in the hospital with women, and that's a very accurate.
And you think that's obviously a sharp contrast to her opponent?
Absolutely.
Hillary Clinton said, "I like the concept of local education. I want to get rid of Common Core. I think Common Core is a disaster."
Well, I'm an educator. I'm a school teacher. I think Common Core is a disaster, too.
And what do you think of this Hillary quote? "I have never seen a thin person drinking Diet Coke."
Never seen a thin person drinking Diet Coke. Well, let me tell you something. Diet Coke does not make you thin.
So you would say, get rid of Common Core, keep the Diet Coke.
Keep the Diet Coke.
What do you think of this Hillary Clinton quote? "I am opposed to gay marriage."
Well, I've heard that a lot from a lot of politicians. It's all about the timing, though, isn't it? No, hey, she's for us now. Yay! I'll take that as a win.
Well, right now, I think the plexiglass has to come down.
She wants to put some controls on these small stores that she says sell booze, very little food, and other source of trouble in her district.
We want to make sure that, that there isn't this sort of indignity, in my opinion, to serving food through a plexiglass only in certain neighborhoods.
Rich Kim resents the charge stores like this attract loiterers and argues calls to police are often met with a slow response. Mike Chow runs a nonprofit supporting Korean-owned businesses. He plans on raising $100 grand to fight the measure.
I do think it's a bad bill that will endanger Korean Americans.
Bass says she's battling for her constituents. Kim argues, as a Korean American, he's being targeted. This bill targets Korean Americans.
Absolutely not.
Targets Korean Americans. We own these shops, and our lives will be put in danger by this.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I can tell you I find that offensive.
there's a lot of talk about in the news right now about banning collapsible stocks because they allow people to shoot a lot quicker. Is that the type of thing that you think should be banned?
Yeah.
And there's some bills now that have been introduced that they're looking at banning certain items to implement some forms of gun control. Looks like they may have some Republican support as well.
Right.
One of those items is a collapsible stock that allows you to fire at a more rapid rate. Is that something you also believe should be banned?
Right, yes. No, I definitely believe that there needs to be a little bit more common sense regulations placed on, modifications that one can put on like a rifle or, like you said, like the retractable stock.
That is one big pile.
A collapsible stock that allow you to fire a weapon at a faster rate. Is that something you would, support banning?
Yeah, I definitely think that general public shouldn't have access to that. There's no need.
Okay. Okay.
Whether the gun shoots at a slower or faster rate, it's still shooting really fast, and there's no reason to increase the speed of the bullet coming out of the gun.
I think. Wait, sorry, you said
the collapsible stock, yeah, that allows you to shoot at a faster rate.
Yeah, definitely not. There's no reason for anyone to want to shoot at a faster rate, let alone have a gun that does that.
Like fully automatic semi-autos, you think those should be gone as well? I know that's in the discussions right now about gun control and the gun control bills that are being discussed. Okay. One of the other items is a fully automatic semi-auto. Is that something you believe that should be banned?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Absolutely.
Right. Short answers. I like it. Fully automatic, semi-automatic weapons. Is that something just
absolutely
not needed?
Not necessary. Not necessary at all.
Okay. One of the other items is a fully automatic, semi-automatic rifle. Is that something? Just
no. There's no reason anyone should have that. There's no reason.
Okay. What about? I also heard about some special tool that you can get through they call it the gun show loophole. This tool allows you to fire a black powder rifle at I think 10 rounds per minute, 10 times per minute, as opposed to 1 time per minute that it normally does. Is that something like we just
all
don't need
automatic
that?
rifles should be limited to the military. Citizens should not have them.
Mr. and Mrs. America, turn them all in.
There's some tool that you can get at through the gun show loophole that allows you to fire a black powder rifle 10 times a minute instead of the 1 or 2 times a minute that you can normally do it. Is that tool that's being proposed to ban right now, is that something you would also support?
The banning of it, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just another item, I suppose, that no one needs.
Some of the other items that they're talking about are like fully automatic semi-autos. They're talking about banning some device you can get apparently through the gun show loophole that allows you to, like a black powder rifle, normally you can fire in 1 minute. Well, this tool allows you to fire 10 times in 1 minute.
Yeah.
Those both items do you think we should ban as well?
Yeah.
And then the last one that they're looking at is it's some special tool that you can get through the gun show loophole that allows you to fire a black powder rifle.
Yeah.
A black powder rifle.
Yeah.
Okay. That's normally 1 or 2 times a minute to somewhere around 10 times a minute. Is that something you would also consider banning?
Yeah, definitely. It's just things that I don't think necessarily people need.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
But I do think things like that are really dangerous, and as I said, I think those are meant to facilitate mass shootings.